The ninth National Assembly has ended, and all eyes are on the 10th legislature, which will be inaugurated on Tuesday, 13th of June. Senators-elect will, at the inauguration, elect a new Senate president to pilot the affairs of the upper legislative chamber for the next 4 years. The race is getting tougher. Two contenders, former governors Godswill Akpabio and Abdulaziz Yari, are at loggerheads over the number of lawmakers loyal to their camps. So the question is, who wins on Tuesday? Thank you.
It's still very dicey. Very, very dicey. Yari, decision to contest has changed a lot of things. A good number of the PDP senators are leaning towards Yari. It is also suspected that Yari is trying to use the ethnic card. Because in the last few days, when I speak with some of the lawmakers, they'll be telling me that, Yari is making waves, so Yari is making waves. So, and I've tried to validate those claims, and I found those claims to be true. I remember even on this program telling Ayo that appears Yari is making waves, so he found it difficult to believe. But in Abuja now, he called me to say, this is what he's saying too, you know. So that is the nature of politics. 24 hours is a long time in politics. A lot of things can change in 24 hours. And Akpabio, for so long, has been the front runner. He has Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's support. I am not by any means ruling him out of the contest. And I know that with the support of the president, that is an advantage for any contestant. But you know, what needs to be done is for the president to step up his conversations with the lawmakers. When the president met the National Assembly members elect during the past week, he didn't campaign to them at all. He didn't tell them, look, I have a particular candidate I want you to support. You know, some said that it was wrong, that the president should have at least used the opportunity to say, I need you to support my candidate. But the president was very presidential, in my view. You are meeting lawmakers from different parties. You don't have to, that was your first meeting with them. You don't have to use that occasion to say, look, this is my choice. No, you can still do that behind the scene, you know. So I disagree with those who felt the president should have used the opportunity to say, look, this is my candidate. He just told them to vote for their leaders, told them to work together and all that. But I know that he has Akpabio in mind as the Senate President. I don't know the level of his commitment to the House of Reps, but consistently we've seen that Akpabio is his choice, and the president has to keep working hard to try and see that the wish of the party, which is his own wish, comes to pass. But we have to admit at this stage that Yari is making tremendous inroads.
All right.
Anything can change between now and Tuesday, but the fact is making inroads, and there are those convinced that if the election is held today, he will win.
All right, Mayor, before I come to you, let's quickly take Awal Hassan from Abuja. Hello, Awal. Good afternoon to you. Please go on with your contribution. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, please go ahead.
I actually want to contribute on the Mayfield's issue. I'm taking it a bit back, please, but I'll be fast.
Yes,
I'll be fast about it. I think hope has been given, and governance has been felt in the last 10 days of Asiwaju's presidency. He's done a lot, and suspending Emefiele is something every Nigerian had waited for. We thank him for that, and we pray that God keeps him for us to actualize the renewed hope agenda. And for Babajide, those your clips of Emefiele clips. Can we put them together in our archives for history? And lastly, I think we are living off the issues of Emefiele. There was a president who vilified Jonathan because of the Zionist issues. But we seem to be removing Buhari from issues that Emefiele has had hands in. There are a lot of things that Emefiele could not do until he gets approval from the president. And it was very clear that the Naira Constitution was Buhari's approval. So we should not be taking on Emefiele alone.
All right.
There was a president.
Thank you very much, Awal.
Approval.
Thank you very much. All right, Mayor. Now, because the party is trying to avoid a recurrence of 2015, but as it looks, it's uncertain that things may not get ugly on Tuesday.
Let me start by saying that 2023 is different from 2015.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that in 2015, we had a president who was not interested, who had candidates, but was not interested in the process. This time, we have a president who understands how to use power. And I can tell you that, yes, the House of Rep is much easier. The party's will prevail there. They have the numbers, and Abbas becomes speaker. That's taken, that's done. But for the Senate, why the Senate one is difficult is because Akpabio has a lot of baggages. There are a lot of people within the Senate who have one thing or the other against Akpabio. But unfortunately, Akpabio is the only ranking senator from the South-South, where the party has zoned it to. So the party didn't really have a choice. It has to be Akpabio. Yes, because of that, it will be difficult. Yari is making waves, yes, but Yari will not become Senate President. And the reason, for two reasons. One, the Muslim ticket is real. It causes a lot of problem. It will be unthinkable for the president of the country to be a Muslim, the vice president to be a Muslim, then the president of the Senate will also be a Muslim. I don't think...
Or even the speaker.
Even
because the people contesting are Muslim.
Yes, even the speaker will be Muslim. I don't think the party will want that to happen. Yes, I know that a lot of PDP senators are supporting Yari, but a lot of people in APC, and when push comes to shove, will understand that sentiment that, look, we cannot continue to say this thing does not matter. Because it does. And we cannot say that all the principal leaders will be Muslim. That will be unacceptable. So, whether Yari likes it or not, those who are pushing Yari, yes, they will push him that far. But Akpabio will be Senate President. Because like, why I'm saying so is that the numbers, the majority of the senators who are APC members are not really, they will still defer to the president. I listened to Senator Ndume. I listened to Senator Ndume in one of his interviews. And he said categorically that the president told me that Akpabio is his candidate. He said so. He said, look, you cannot accept, you will not think that I will lie about things like that. That the president told me that Akpabio is, and like he told Ndume, he will have told a lot of the other senators. I try to understand this game. He doesn't need to tell people to say, oh, this is my candidate, vote for my candidate. It's not done like that. You go behind to tell people to say, look, you may have problems with Akpabio, but it's in the interest of the party to vote Akpabio because we have zoned this thing to South-South. And he's the only ranking officer from the South-South. Second, the guy is a Christian. The government cannot afford all Muslims down from top to bottom. That will be unacceptable. That will put the country on edge. So that's
why I'm saying that
yes, that there's an Islamized
they will have ammunition.
Will have ammunition to say, we told you that. that not only did they do the Muslim ticket for the president and the vice president, even the president of the Senate and the speaker are also Muslims. So based on that, when push comes to shove, in 2015, Buhari made a lot of mistakes. They didn't really show his hands. They were still waiting when people were already in the hall to do that. But this is a man that understands the game. Come Tuesday, Akpabio will be the president of the Senate. You can take it to the bank.
I don't know what to say.
I also have Orji Zokalu and Izunazo, who have refused to step down for one another, maybe to further enhance the agenda of the Southeast.
Orji Zokalu, Osita, Izunazo, and Akpabio and Yari are on the same side. I don't know what their strategy is, but there's a reason why Izunaso is still very much in the race. I think that Izunaso is confident that he will be the next Senate president. I remember when he was gisting with me, he said, I'm a journalist like you, so support your profession, let your profession produce the next Senate president. And I'm like, I'm not involved in voting, but I wish you well, all the same. Izunaso is very much in the race. He's confident.
Yes,
he thinks that he can be the next president, and he keeps saying that he's the most experienced of all the contestants because he's been in the National Assembly for some time. He's been organizing secretary of APC. He joined the APC before the rest of these people, Akpabio and others, contesting. So he thinks that he's more than qualified to contest. And there are still some people who also believe that this seat should go to the Southeast. Yes, the Southeast didn't bring the numbers, for Asiwaju during the elections, but there are senators who believe that, look, this is the time for us to let the Southeast, who have not produced even vice president since 1999, to get the Senate presidency. The truth is, the lawmakers will decide who they want. But I also know that the president has his preference, and we don't know what will happen like 24 hours to, or even less than 24 hours. As I always say, 24 hours is a long time politics. On the day of the election, things changed. Baja will have been House of Rep Speaker in 2015.
Yeah.
But things changed at the very last minute. We all felt that it was done and dusted. One lawmaker was recalling what happened that day, that they put them in a bus, that they had already made up their minds, but somehow, behind the scene, some power brokers within the National Assembly decided that, okay, let's not go for Bajan. The argument that somebody told me, I don't know whether that was true or not, was that there was a disagreement over who should be Baja's deputy. Because Baja objected to a particular individual. He then said, okay, we withdraw our support. And in the end, Dogara, who was the chairman of the House Committee on Services, became the Senate President. We should not rule out surprises at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that Izunazo is a backup. Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, I think they are working together somehow. Some of the people don't want Akpabio. I think
the fallback will be Izunazo. Yes.
If they can convince the president to allow them bring a Yari, because I also think that bringing Yari at this stage is not good enough. He's someone that I like. I have a personal relationship with him. But the truth is At the time when we are saying that we want national healing, we could very much have a situation in which the CJN, the Senate President, the House of Reps Speaker, could all be Muslim. And then when you add them to the President and the Vice President, that's not a situation that any of us wants to see. You know, it's going to send the wrong signals.
All right.
If the President can convince Yari to give up his ambition, I'm very happy to see that happen, because that may well save us an embarrassing situation.
And they can also sacrifice Akpabio and pick Izunazo. If, for example, on that day, there's like a stalemate. If the people supporting Yari and people supporting Akpabio, there's not a clear-cut winner. Yes. People may now decide that, okay, instead of us zoning into the south-south, let's look at the southeast. Immediately that decision is taken, Izunazo will become, because they are not fit into everything. He's a ranking senator, he's a party person, and all that. So, and he doesn't have the baggages that you can attribute to Ochikalu. Yes. So, that's a backup. If it's not Akpabio, it's likely to be Izunazo.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Let's go on this break, and when we come back, it will be time for us to get into the